Death is a slow-acting poison which is continually given to man from the moment he is conceived. As every second of life draws man closer to death, many cultures believe that the beginning of death is life. Therefore, what is life without death, and death without life? Theologians have investigated this mystery for centuries, through the doctrine of resurrection, which is the raising of the body from the dead, and the doctrine of reincarnation, which is the rebirth of the soul in a new form or body. Both doctrines have in common the continuation of life after death. But are there other similarities? Carolyn Bynum's article on material continuity speaks to the doctrine of resurrection. In 1215, unbelievers were required to publicly declare that, after death, all rise again with their own individual bodies that they now wear. This declaration did not take into account the decay of the physical body or the need for the reassembly of cremated or damaged body parts. Indeed, in the Bible, Jesus raised Lazarus after he had been dead for 4 days, with his body showing no sign of death or decay. Moreover, Jesus himself was resurrected after 3 days in the tomb, with his body bearing the crucifixion wounds merely to dispel the doubts of his disciples. These examples bear witness to another similarity between reincarnation and resurrection, for, in both doctrines, life not only continues after death, but it also continues in a material body. In the 4th century, Plato said, "The living come from the dead just as the dead come from the living, and if this is true, then the souls of the dead must be in some place out of which they come again." According to an 1893 article, every human soul passes successfully through many lives upon this earth. The Bible cites this concept of reincarnation in the case of Elijah and John the Baptist, wherein, prior to John's birth, an angel prophesied that John would come before the Lord in the spirit and power of Elijah. Through Jesus, the realization of that prophecy was acknowledged when he said, "If you are willing to receive and accept it, John himself is Elijah who was to come before the kingdom." Consistent with this notion, Sri Swami Sivananda, a guru, explains that reincarnation is not of the body, but of the soul. His book, What Becomes of the Soul After Death, which is referenced in the Medical Heritage Library, further states that death is nothing but the change of body. The soul throws it off like a used garment. In this regard, the resurrected Jesus was himself reincarnated in different bodies. In one such instance, Mary Magdalene saw Jesus in the body of a gardener, whereas 2 of his disciples saw him in the body of a stranger. In accordance with the traditional doctrine of resurrection, Jesus was later seen in his own crucified body. Thus, with both the doctrines of resurrection and reincarnation, there is life after death. There is a continuation of life in a material body, and there can be a continuation of life in a new body. The only questions which now remain to be answered then are, who am I, where have I been, and where am I going?